Welcome back to 8-Bit Benny versus the Ferret Business. Here we are in grand old episode number 6. Woo! Alright, so what do we have planned for today? Well, I have been doing some off-camera work, as I said I would, as you can tell by the fact that I have armor. Look at that. It's nice metal armor. It's about time I got some of that. So I have been working down in the mine, which you can see on the left-hand side of the screen there. And I have been doing a little bit of mining, not nearly as much as I would like, but we do have some resources that I have been popping into the smelter. So we should go downstairs and take a peek at what I've done so far, and then we're going to dig into the quest book. So let's try not to fall off the tower, because that would just be embarrassing. Although, well, really, it'd be kind of funny too. So what do I have? So I've got a couple extra chests. I really need to get into the quest book because I really need to get to the iron chests mod. I need to really start stacking up on some stuff. So you can see we've got my old clothes in here because I now have iron. Woohoo! So not too bad. Help me survive some of the onslaught of the monsters, although luckily with all the torches I should be much more safe from the monsters. I have found some birch, which is exactly what I want to do, because the birch give us, although they give us less wood, they also grow straight up and down, which means I have less need to go climb the tree to cut down errant branches and all that kind of stuff. So what else do we did? We have filled up our seared tank. We've smelted some iron, there's lots in there, some copper, found some more copper, we have some aluminum brass, but we have a ton of gold. We're going to use some gold today because we have a lot of it to make some of our casts in the casting table. What else have we done? I, off camera, for your entertainment, have done some agricraft. What I've done is I have bred the plants together so they're a growth 10, a gain 10, and strength 10. So that's the best you can get in agricraft. I will show you guys how to do that later on. What I'm hoping is I've done this with the potatoes to get potatoes for food, for one thing, and for one other reason, which I'll leave as a surprise until we get there. When we get to agricraft in the quest book, I will go through how to make our seed analyzer, how to make our agricultural journal, how to analyze the seeds, how to do the crop sticks, how to crossbreed them. So, as you can see, the potatoes are doing pretty well. Let's see, what do I have? I have 0 potatoes. So, I'm going to right click, and bam, I just picked up 4 potatoes from one plant. Pretty nice, eh? And that's one of the big reasons I really like agricraft. Because your plants, once they're at full, will usually produce 4 of the item that they normally do 1 of, but they still take up the same amount of space. So basically you're quadrupling your use of area. Wow, look at that. So just from those plots, I have 54 potatoes and 2 poison ones. Well, we'll stick the poison ones in there. I'm going to save those for later. Right, so I can see the sun is starting to go down, but there's one other thing I want to show you. Right here, metal furnace. The metal furnace. Oh, let's get some more wood in there. The metal furnace is a good find because it's better than a normal furnace. Let's show. Let's take half that wood. Let's put a piece of coal in there. We're going to see that's going to burn 8 of these. It's going to turn... That one piece of coal is going to make us 8 charcoal. What happens if we do the same thing in the metal furnace? Well, that's going to burn away, and we're going to leave that for a bit, and we're going to see that it's going to make us a much larger amount, which is stellar. So while that's burning away, let's do something else fun. You know what? I think we're going to actually, let's check the map here. We're going to tempt fate and stay awake at the night time. I have been doing a lot of work off camera looking for, let's go back to the map for a sec. I've been working on a design for a base. I would like to build a base, something fancy, well, a little bit of architecture to it, just to, stretch my artistic muscle. The problem is I'm trying to figure out, I'm pretty happy with the floor plan. I'm not convinced on what I want to use for material because at the moment I don't have a lot of materials other than cobblestone. So maybe we'll have to get into the chisel mod so we can change the cobblestone into something so that we'll have enough material to build what I want. The other issue, I'm not quite sure where I want to build it. I'd like to build it somewhere near the town. Just because I'd like to still come back and trade with the villagers later on once it's advantageous to us. I also want to build it somewhere over the mine shaft because I would like to build a drop down into the mine shaft so that, we have a quick travel down, like a waterfall or something down there so that when we hit the bottom, we don't die. So I'm thinking somewhere over here on this island. I was exploring it yesterday and got besieged by about 2 different groups of harpies, and some cockatrices. So that was quite interesting because that was midday. They just started popping out of everywhere. I also am not sure that this island is large enough for what I'm looking for. So I'm gonna need to do some off-camera measurements, and I'll probably lay out the floor plan in cobblestone first. I'll probably dig down the dirt. That way, once I figure out what material I want to use, I can just cover over the cobblestone and it'll hide the fact that I'm using cobblestone as a trace outline. So, anyway, I've been doing that off camera in creative mode. I'm pretty happy with the design I've got for a first try, and we'll have to see how that turns out once I get to that stage. I'm not quite ready for that yet. As I said, I don't have a ton of materials yet. What do we have for? Well, we have stone bricks, right? Yeah. So I have been mining. We do have a few more materials resources than last time we saw. I've got over a stack of iron, which is really nice. Which is why today we are going to make a crossbow out of iron. I'm going to make the crossbow out of iron because I don't have the material I want to make it out of. I'm still batting around what I want to make it out of. Electrum apparently has a double the draw speed, which would be nice because it'd make it faster. The Cobalt has a nice durability and attack boost. And, I mean, there's so many materials to make it out of. It's hard to really nail down which is the best material. I don't remember the best material that I was using in Cloud 9, but it was draw speed of fractions of a second, and it was pretty much like a machine gun. I don't think I'm going to reach that in this version, because I don't think we have anything that will give us that fast of draw speed, but that's fine. We're going to get pretty darn close. I am going to make a crossbow because, quite frankly, at nighttime I'm getting ticked off at things out in the walls or things that spawn close that I want to pick off, and I don't really want to jump down to do it. So yeah. Saw a skeleton spawn over here. I don't think it's actually in here, though. I believe the skeleton is underneath. So I think there must be some cave nearby underneath here. Yeah, look at him go. The other thing, too, is I don't know what's in the middle of these walls. We'll find that out later. So let's get to building our crossbow so that we can then get to playing in the quest book. So let's look at our tool forge. Let's look at our crossbow. You do notice we do have a longbow as well, which would be pretty cool. Longbow is a ranged weapon. It has greater range than a short bow and is able to shoot heavier arrows, but performs worse with light arrows. Anyway, so that, of course, depends on what type of material you're making your arrows out of. Haven't really played with that. The crossbow itself, which in this case says the crossbow, is a precise ranged weapon. It loads bolts that are fired on trigger. Special ability, reduce reload time with harder materials. So the harder materials we use, the less time it's going to take to reload. Today we are just going to use iron because I'm going to do that. The other thing we need to make are bolts. So we need to make a bolt core and fletching. Question is, I think I have a pattern for fletching. I do have a pattern for fletching. The bolt core, though, is... I think the bolt core... Is that the bolt core? You know what? Maybe, just maybe, I should make some more patterns. Oh, these birch trees are really growing pretty fast. It's nice. Alright. Oh, good. 2 of those. I know, I'm getting distracted. But I really want to get the birch trees growing, because they will give me not as much wood, but they will give me trees that grow straight up and down, which will become important later when we start looking at automating it. So we can see here in my tinker table, I've already made a stone version of the crossbow limb, our tough binding, and our crossbow body. I'm going to take a moment here to turn all that into those. Let's make a couple sticks, because we need to make some more patterns. Boom. And those. Yeah, it should be plenty. Nope, not that one. Stencil table. Let's pop those in there. So to figure out what you're pressing on here, unfortunately, the mouse over doesn't give you a tooltip, but if you press on it and you hover over it in the output of the stencil table, it will tell you what it is. So bow limb, we can do a shift. Whew, look at all the stuff that you can make it out of. Alright. So shrinking bowstring pattern we have already. We have a fletching pattern. We have that. So I'm trying to remember what the hey we build a crossbow bolt core. You know what? I have a secret open for that. Let's look it up in the inventory. Bolt core. No, let's. There we go. Bolt core, dark wood bolt. Ah, interesting. Fiery bolt. Wow. So as you can see, there's so many things to make bolts out of. How do we make that? It's going to show us? No. Obsidian bolt. Tool rod. Ah, okay, cool. So I think we just need a tool rod to do this. Interesting. What's that? Strike pull bolt. Interesting. Alright, so that's, yeah. Yeah, that's okay. Okay. I think we just need a tool rod. So let's go to our stencil our part builder. Oh, and I need to get some knife blade tool rod pattern. Well, let's try it. Do I have? I do have a stone shard, so let's do this. Let's use up that stone shard. Let's put that back over here. Let's put those back in there. So I think we have everything, except we need to do some fletching and some string. So let's go find feathers, feathers. Let's just grab all the feathers. We'll grab all the string. Bam. Let's go back over here. Not that one. Part builder. So, I'm not sure how much string it takes to make this. Bowstring. So, again, with the bowstring, depending on what material we use here to make it out of, we'll give it different qualities. I would like to use a fiery bowstring, but we have to go into the nether for that, and at the moment, at this stage in the game, the nether is a scary, scary place. So we're going to avoid doing that for now. I did grab some obsidian when I was down in the mine, so we can actually build another portal, but again, it's a scary place to go, and I kind of want to wait until I build at least part of the base I want to build, because I have a dedicated spot that I want to put that portal. So let's make this. It took 3 of our 5 strings, which is fine. We're going to put that back. Let's see, what else do we need? We got that. We've got that. Fletching. Let's put the fletching in there. Let's use some feathers. Boom. I think we only need the 1. You know what? Let's leave the feathers in there. And let's see. It's a stone. Oh, you know what? Let's do this. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to put this in the casting table. Let's see. Do I want to do... No. Let's do iron. So, what's going to happen is, iron does not make a mold, so I'm going to pour the iron over the stone tool rod, and it should turn it into an iron bolt. shaft. We're gonna see it's gonna pour in there. We're gonna let it cool. What's this? Stone bolt. Cool, that worked. So I'm gonna guess if we were to use, could do a metal one too. All right, let's do that. Let's make a metal one. So tool, let's do that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a mold. So we're gonna put, do I want to do what happens if I put this in here? Can I make a mold of that? We're gonna use some gold. Let's see if I can make a mold. That's a nabob. So let's put that over there. We're gonna put the stone tool rod in our casting table. We're gonna make sure gold is selected, and we're gonna right click on the faucet, and it's gonna consume this stone rod, but guess what? We now have a tool rod cast. So if we go back to our iron, and I pour that in there, we let it cool, I'm gonna get an iron tool rod. So, oops, let's put that casting in there, put the iron tool rod there, we still have iron, and if I pour iron over it, it should give me an iron bolt, which is what I really want. Ta-da! Iron bolt. Excellent. So, let's go back to our tool forge. Let's look at what a bolt requires. Iron bolt, and some fletching. We're going to get an iron bolt. What's that going to give us? Metal ammo 33, attack 0.5 hearts, that's not great. Weight is okay, accuracy is good, break chance is really low, which is nice. The lower the break chance, the more likely that we won't lose ammunition as it goes. So we can actually pick it up again afterwards if I remember correctly. Alright, so we need to build this now. So we can put the string in here. Bam, bowstring. I don't really want to do a stone version of this crossbow, although we could. So you can see the stone version, 65 durability, boo. Stone bow modifiers, draw speed is 8.4 seconds, not fantastic. Arrow speed is 1.5 seconds, so we want our draw speed to be low, our arrow speed to be high. Modifiers remaining is 1, which is nice because we can then modify it if we wanted to. But that is not what we're after today. What are we after? Well, we want something better. We can make it better. How do we do that? Well, first, we need to make some more casts. So let's do that in there. What else do I have? You two come down here. You go in there. Still have gold? Yes. You can see we started with 48 gold, so we're going to see how much that's going to take to cast. What was that? Oh, 2. That's not bad. And you. So now that we have these casts, we can keep using this crossbow limb cast over and over again and just put different materials into it. So, for example, let's put this back in the casting table. And if we go back to iron, we have, wow. Let's pour that in there. And this will give us our part, which we'll put in the table, and then we'll make the other 2 parts. So this should give us some nice ranged capability, which is going to be awesome. I am getting sick of monsters taunting me outside the walls, and me not being able to do anything about it without actually going down and going toe-to-toe with them. And that's, obviously not what I want to do, because that sounds dangerous. So this will be a great way for me to get the monsters without getting dead. So we're going to take the iron crossbow limb, we're going to put it over here where the tool forge is telling us to. We're going to get the last bit. I'm going to take this out of the table. I'm going to put this cast in. This iron ingot cast, or the ingot cast is made by putting an ingot in the casting table, then pouring gold or aluminum brass over it. Of course, though, you lose the ingot. That being said, we have lots of iron, so I've been using that. I put this in the table in case I accidentally click on something, then I won't lose it. It will just pour out into the ingot, and then I can put the ingot back into the chest and put it back in the smelter later on. Of course, if I pour something else out, I could put it back in here and remelt it down, but then I'm wasting some lava. Alright, so we are going to our tool forge. There's only one spot left. Let's check this out. So, effective durability 360, draw speed is 5.5 seconds, much better than our 8. Attack is 7 hearts, nice. Arrow speed is 7.8, so that's much faster. So, obviously, if we look at the skill XP, you can see it's going to cost a lot more than the stone one to make this thing level up. But I'm okay with that. So, the attack isn't great at 7 hearts, but it's actually it's better than our cleaver. Interesting. Oh, because our cleaver's stone. I need to fix that someday. So here's the deal with the crossbow. I can put the crossbow in my hotbar. The ammunition can be anywhere on me as long as it's not in a bag. You can see there's a square right now. That's telling me what I'm aiming at. The square is really big because I have nothing loaded. If I right click, we're going to see that square is going to start shrinking, which is me loading the crossbow. And that click means we're ready to fire. Bam! And it's going to reload again, and if I walk up to here where we see the bolt, I'm going to be able to grab it, which is great. So that helps reduce the durability teardown of the crossbow. Super duper awesome. Alright, so goal number 1 of the episode, done! No, it only took 23 minutes. Actually, it took less than that, because I started the timer when I started recording, but of course I'm going to lop off the first part of this recording, because it has me making odd noises in the microphone and coughing and clearing my throat and things. So, that being said, I should probably repair that. Do I have any cobblestone on me? I have 4 cobblestone. Luckily with my stone matic, because it has no bonuses on it, 1 cobblestone's enough. If I have to fix my hammer though, it usually takes quite a few. Let's see. I have 3 cobblestone, my stone pickaxe, which has leveled up quite substantially since last we saw it. It got some redstone on it, which makes me dig faster. I've got 2 modifiers remaining, and it's got a bigger stonebound modifier, and we're at skill level heroic, mining level obsidian, which is great. So if I fix this, bam, so it took 2 to fix. So you can see the tougher it is, the more durability, the more materials we need to fix. So, but that's fine. We're cool with that. Let's put the stone bolt over here in my unused tools. And what's next? Okay, so we took care of our crossbow. I'm pretty happy with it. Ooh, let's go play with our crossbow. And then we'll do a quest or 2. Oops, wrong level. Let's go down here. I did take the time to build a bridge and light up the walls so that we don't have monsters spawning up here in the walls and have a chance of them falling down. Alright, oh, monsters over there. Let's go over there. I've been putting bricks in the corner so that, block in the corner so that I can get up onto the wall, because obviously if there's something down below, I want to see it. Especially now that I have a crossbow. Hello, bozo. Bam. Oh, haha. Alright, so if you're holding shift and you right click with the crossbow, it unloads what is in the barrel. So, bam. So it was 1 hit. Of course, if you're shifting, which I often do at the edge of walls, and you hold right click, it unloads. Look at that. That's not bad, eh? 2 of them. Took 2 shots and it came down. So, you can see the durability on my crossbow is going down, and my iron bolts are at 30. I can get downstairs and pick up that iron bolt. I can probably reduce the durability loss. Eventually we're going to also put things like moss on here, which should help me reduce hello, bozo. Too bad I have more than 1 weapon. Ha ha ha. Alright, so that was a bit of a mistake. And there's a bit of a lag there, which is, I guess, probably not completely unexpected. Alright, You know what? Let's not tempt fate. What's out there? There's not that much out there. That's fine. Let's leave it. Alright. So, what do we want to do? Let's go through the quest book a little bit here. In the couple minutes remaining, and then we'll call it a day, and we'll do more quest book next time. Dump, and where did I put that quest book? This is another reason I need to start getting into iron chests. Actually, I need to get into AE2. Let's go chop down a tree, and then we'll get into our quest book. Yeah, the nice thing too is if you load your crossbow and get it off your hotbar, do other things, when you come back to your crossbow, it'll still be loaded. So, which you know, shouldn't be too surprising, but you never know in a game like this what they'll actually do. All right, quest tablet. Initial research. Where were we? Ooh, it's the name of the game. Let's look this. So I analyzed all those rocks and stuff you sent me. I found traces of elements. Lots of elements. Lots and lots of different elements. Metals are useful. Surprise, surprise. You can make better tools and probably better armor and stuff too. Done. Get me some samples of unrefined iron ore. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. So, iron ore, coal, what else? Oh, and then I need to make some tools. So, let's grab, oops, not that one. Let's grab a piece of iron ore. Got some coal on me. Do we have any blocks of iron left? Right there. You know what? I don't need that much. That'll be fine. So, let's, first and foremost, let's do detect, bing. Nice. Alright, so, iron pickaxe and iron sword, which is nice that we can get our iron ingots back if we so choose that reward. So let's go check. Let's make. Oops, don't need one of those. So let's make a pickaxe. I wonder if I can use my old one. Oh well, that's fine. Doesn't matter. And a sword. Let's check the quest book. I really wish it would save my space. Detect. Done. And now we have to go, so there's a choice reward, so we can choose one of these two. And once we choose it, we can hit claim. Let's pick the coins. I know the coins can later be used to purchase things from the store. We see that's actually opened up quite a bit of stuff. Rolling the dice. And then there's some other ones. It's going to open up a lot. So it's going to say that we need silver coins. Is that it? Bandit. I know you haven't been with the Ferret Business long, thus starting in the more questionable experimental labs, so you hadn't earned access to the corporate shop yet. Now that you have earned it, let me show you one of the business's biggest sellers, the blind bag of blind bags. Inside this can be either one of hundreds of different items or another blind bag. No, not another one of these. That'd be recursive. Recursive. No. Instead, you'll get one of the other blind bags. We make these blind bags we make. These contain so many more items that, well, last I looked at our internal records, we had so many different blind bags, it'd make your head spin. Last week, I found a bar of gold in one. Gold. Here, I'll sell you 2 blind bags at a heavy discount. The BBOBB comes in 5 tiers: basic, good, great, epic, and legendary. Regular blind bags come in 4 tiers as well: cheap, decent, good, and amazing. The higher tier of BBOBB you have opened, the higher tier of blind bag you'll get. Alright, so it gives us 2 job reputation. It's going to give us a bag. Let's detect. Woohoo! Let's claim. Done. Wow! Look at all that what it opened. Whew. So the red quests are ones that we have the ability to, we have access to start. The ones that are grayed out, we need to complete something in line before that quest, before we can open it. But you'll notice, so we've got some technology research over here, which leads us to tinker with tools. So we can get into the tinker construct stuff again. I'll just probably make that off camera. That's one that will probably skip anything that I've done on camera, just because I don't really want to bore you guys. Alright, you know what? Ooh, magic research. I think we have a couple of those. Let's go find those. Let's go over here. Here, what do we got? We need 3 of those. And detect. Look at that. And I'm going to pick the blind bag. I know the coins can be used to purchase very specific things. I'm a fan of the blind bags, quite frankly, because I've gotten some pretty fantastic items out of them. Ooh, and now we can start the blood magic, which I would really like to get into at some point in this mod pack. It's been a while since I've used blood magic, and I've never gotten that far into blood magic. It was always interesting. Secrets of Aura, we can start doing Thaumcraft. It's been a couple months since I've gotten a Thaumcraft. I was trying to get fairly heavily into it, but I would say I only got about midway. I always had troubles finding all the auras. What else do we have? Natural research, any fruit, any raw meat. Well, let's grab that one. Oops, let's leave this open. Sorry. The other thing we can see, we've now opened up other quest lines. We've opened up other pages. Interesting. This one's complete. Job reputation is greater than 10. Claim. Done. What's that one? 500. What's this? Wood tier complete. Shop loyalty is earned by collecting and turning in shop tokens. Okay, well, let's claim that. Done. That was an easy one. Trader. Trader renown is earned by turning in trade chits, which you obtain from shipping various goods. More information on how to ship items is located in your FTB shop catalog in any section. That starts with H. Alright, well, let's claim it. Done. Ooh, alright. Good progress. These I think we need a lot of. We'll get into that next time. Protecting your assets is definitely something I want to get into. So we have just a better barrel mod. Iron chests. Again, I really want to get in iron chests. Ender storage should be interesting. Storage stores will be really nice, especially the compacting drawer. And we can see there's other various ones here that we're going to get into. Building your home is going to be a really cool one. Magic flowers with Botania is going to be awesome. I love Botania. Botania's pretty sweet. Special research. What's this? Special research complete. Ferret Business conducts all sorts of research, food, health, and weapons and armor. And these research are expensive and volatile, and new assistants must earn the ability to aid in these special researches. To gain access to Special Research Division, you will need to reach the following: job reputation, researcher, shop, loyalty, bronze, trader rank, entrepreneur. CEO Caigan heads the Special Research Division and feels you have great promise. Done. It says it's complete. False, false, and false, 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 false. There, okay. Penultimate research. So it says it's green. I don't see anywhere I can click to say to accept, but that's fine. So we can see that there's a lot of these that are work in progress. WIP, work in progress. So there's a ton of things to do. I'm very interested in checking out the quest book. One issue I had last time I was playing this was that the quest book stopped working. So I was playing along, which was fine, and then it stopped detecting the I have another one of these. It stopped detecting the stuff in my inventory, so I couldn't really do any progress, which was pretty unfantastic. So I've also gotten some obsidian, which will be great for a portal. Alrighty, what are we at? Ooh, look at that. Surprise, surprise. We're a bit out of time. So, tell you what. We have 5 basic blind bags to open. But we're not going to open them this episode. No, we're going to open them next episode. Because I'm just that kind of guy. So, I'm going to sign off. And next episode we come back, we are going to try to do more on our quest book. We're going to get a little further down. I'd like to open up the defending your home, as well as I'd like to get into the more of the storage crates, because we really need to get more storage if we're going to do any more mining. And next time we'll open up these 5 blind bags and find out what's inside. Alright, thank you all for tuning in to 8-Bit Benny versus the Ferret Business. I am 8-Bit Benny, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Oops. Did I shoot you? Did I shoot you in the leg? Oh well.